One second.
Yeah.
Are you able to see now?
No. Screen കാണുന്നില്ല നിനക്ക്? Okay.
You guys got it? Alright. So I believe that everybody is able to see the screen which is presented, the same screen that you were looking at yesterday, both resources. Correct? Alright. So starting with, as I told you yesterday, there were like multiple categories on Azure which you got an overview on your yesterday's classes. Now we are going to just enter each and every element and brief you a little on how these things work, and post which we would have another person who would come and give you the practical knowledge of what these things are all about. Okay? So to start with, under the multiple categories on the left hand side you see general, compute, networking, storage, web. We'll start with the first category, that is general. Under general we have all resources that is available. Under resources you have management groups. So basically when we learn about management group, are you able to see the screen which says create management group for resource organization? Everybody? Junaid, Abel, Srinivas, okay. Alright. So this is what you basically do on your management groups. So management group, as it says, it's basically an idea of how the entire management on a system, on a server or on an office infrastructure is designed, under which you can set up the entire connectivity. When you talk about the networking and things, you can set up the entire connectivity from starting from one system to more than 100, 200, 300 plus systems. So you need to have a management ID, like let's say for an example, you have your registration number, each and every student for the college, so that you need to identify that you are a student of this particular batch. So similarly, management will have its own ID, its own technical login, under which they can identify who the particular user is or from where this particular message, mail or the ping is being received. So to do that, you need to create a particular management group, and under that group you need to separate every particular user. Like say for an example, for this college we have two management groups, one on your final year batch which you guys are being there on the class right now, and one we have a second year batch. Under that, so basically when we call a management group, final year BCA is a management group. Under final year BCA you all are listed. Under your names there is particular logins. Under your particular logins there are all the resources that is available. So that is how a particular management group is created. Alright. So when we talk about management group, so when we create an Azure ID for every individual user, I want you guys to please follow. If you don't follow, kindly stop me. Get over your microphone and you can say you have a question, or you can bring it on the chat box. Alright. So when we talk about the management group, we basically have multiple layers of group that we can create on your cloud. So when I say Azure, don't get confused. Azure is nothing but your cloud computing. Alright. So on Azure, you will see the screens which I am showing it to you. This is how you create a network chain. You look at the symbol, you can see how many networks we can create. And when we talk about network, when there is a parent network, under that you have multiple networks. Like say for an example, from Microsoft, now we have, for Karnataka College, we have 3 networks, under which 2 we are currently using and 1 is for the MBA group. And for multiple colleges, we have a set business name. That is, under my company, you have multiple colleges. Under multiple colleges, you have multiple batches, that is the degree batches or the MBA batches. Under multiple batches, we have multiple students or multiple, what you call it as logins, that we call it in technical terms. So basically, when you look at the structure, you can see there is a graph which says a parent, a sub-parent, and an individual user. So if you guys can clearly see the screen, you can see there is a parent group and there are key groups. Are you guys able to see this? Yes, no? If it's not visible, kindly tell me, I can even download and show it to you. Can you guys see this image? Alright. So when you see this image, you can clearly see that there is a particular group chain which is using management group helps you manage access policy and compliance by grouping multiple subscriptions together. So basically what I'm trying to say is you're going to put all the individual or single user into one subscribed group on management, and you can have access to that throughout. Telling like what basically this entire group belongs to. Like let's say for an example, I have 35 students under your group. I can clearly say this entire group belongs to Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. Or I have a logistics group, I can segregate that group and I can say that group belongs to logistics and supply chain. So basically we are categorizing every single user into one particular group where we can access that entire group information at once. We can supply information to that group, like basically we are talking about WhatsApp groups, in order to say, but here this is global. You can have multiple resources inside this. On our basic social media groups, we can only have the resources like what we have done in our chatting, what all images, what all videos we have shared to each other. That's the very basic information that we can access. But when we talk about cloud computing groups, you have resources to the world that you can access. And you can get all the information that is required along with the kind of a subscription or the kind of a courses that you are enrolled for. Every information that related to that would be available on your groups. Now, on these images, if you scroll down, you can see there are like multiple groups. On your right hand side, on the type column, you can see it would say management group, and down you can see subscription. So basically what you can see is there is an Azure policy. Under policy, there are like multiple people who are like looking at the policy variants of it. There is a point also IT that's basically taking care of your IT related database options. Now you have content for marketing, you have global, you have storefront. Now why these are names is because you need to understand there are different categories which we are clubbing together and putting it under one management group. So basically you have 5 management groups here. Under that you can see here key symbols. So basically a key symbol is nothing but it's a user individual login or it's a subscriber. Or you call it as a individual person who can access the information on his level, what all access he has been provided for. So we have all the subscribers here, we have all the groups here. So basically management group is a segment which access or which will give you control of how many particular groups you are accessing on your cloud. Now when you start developing or when you start working on cloud, you might have multiple things to be taken care of. One, you have graphic designing, you have your AI running in, you have your video working on, you have your what you call it as audio files editing, you have your hosting done, and when you put all this together, that comes to your deployment. So when you have, let's say for an example, you have graphic designing, you don't have one single element. For graphic designing, you have your image catalog, you have your types of images like JPEG, PNG, your GIF, and under that you have your vectors design, you have your other graphic tools that is design which works for animation. And you cannot have everything scattered one place and you can pick it up whenever you need it. So basically what you need to do is you need to create a group. Let's say now here we show it as Azure policy. Now you need to create a group called your graphic design or under whatever project. Let's say for an example KCM project your graphic. That's your group. Under that group you have all the resources set. And when you put those resources inside, it will automatically categorize under what category these resources come in. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different group elements. After that, we club all those things together and that becomes your project or that becomes your deployment area. Just following me? Yes, no? Alright. Okay. Now, let's get into the segments of management groups. Are you able to see this route management group segment? Yes, all of you? Now,
No. No.
okay. Check now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You see your image which says route management group, right? Okay. Under that, you can see what I just explained to you. Route management group is a top level area or a top level group under which you have all your deployment materials. Let's say for an example, you start with the project or you start with a cloud application. You have all the different sectors that needs to be under that. Basically, here it is differentiated as per the business. For you, it is differentiated as per the deployment or a development. This is directly a tool which is downloaded from Microsoft. Here you can see under route management, you have human resource. So basically you understand what human resource is, how you manage your workers or how you manage your technology. So in IT, human resource basically means that you have different tools to be managed, like for video editing, for audio editing, for your photography, and for your combination of every other element or for your loop of every other tools that you create. That is your resource. So basically you have human resource, you have information technology, that's your IT under which technology you're working. Your marketing. Marketing is not physical marketing, not like hand boards, standees, your flyers, brochures, nothing like that. Marketing is basically on digital. Like you do Facebook marketing, you do Instagram marketing, Twitter, your Pinterest, LinkedIn, all these things are your marketing tools over here. And you have EA subscriber, that's your end user subscriber, and your multiple level of subscribers. Now, these are the top management layers or the top handling layers of your group. Like let's say under you, we will talk in detail about this when we get into the database sector of it. Under database sector, you will definitely understand how this is being grouped, how every other element is tracked under your grouping. So here we just go through the route management or the management grouping system now. Under human resource, you can see there is test subscription. So if this image is not clear, I can zoom it out for you. If you guys need a much clearer picture, kindly let me know. This is the region I am talking about. You guys have a clear picture of this? Okay. So now under human resource, we basically have DEV test, that is basically development and testing subsection or the testing area, and you have your apps. Apps is basically the kind of application that you're going to design or the kind of application that you're using in order to design and develop your particular tool. So here under human resource, these are the resources that you're using, multiple segments of applications, and your development phases, your testing phases, your beta phases. Alright? Under IT, you have something called production. Production is nothing but how your technology, the applications, the development phases, how it is put into work. Under marketing, you basically know what is marketing on social media, so you guys are well aware of it. You guys do your own marketing. Some of you are artists, as far as I know. And so this is basically putting your product into the market and telling we have a new technology coming in. Like basically there are so many products that have come into market which is not even launched. But still you see the promos going out, you wait for it and you subscribe for it. So this is all the subscription, basically a marketing segment of it. And then comes your individual subscribers. Now under production, you need to look at your regions, like any application, any design, any kind of a platform that you work on cloud, you need to be region specific. You cannot have the entire world coming into it. Now, the best example for it is, we got our most used app called TikTok banned just because it was region specific. It was made in China. India did not allow after certain border clashes of ours. We were forced to close all the users, close all the subscribers, close all the accounts which were like running successfully. There were people getting revenues out of it, but just because those people did not have a region specific idea of it, and India, when they picked up that particular product, did not have an idea of creating their own version of it and launching it for the region of India, we were forced to be, getting out of this particular application. So whenever you design something, you make sure that that is region specific, or if you're launching it on multiple countries of India or multiple countries of geographical region, you make sure you have different versions of it, so that if they have to be blocked, it doesn't affect a particular region of it. Alright? So this is basically when you design your product, you need to make sure, or design your development area or your hosting area, you need to make sure which region you are operating and which region you are providing the services for. Now under that you have individual subscribers, that is your end user who are going to use your development, your services, your application. So this is how the entire route or the channel works. So let's talk the reverse way. We as a user, we are using Google Classroom for our classes as of now. It's basically Google Meet. We are using Google Meet, and under Google Meet you have a category which you can look up on your subject. You put your cloud computing third year today's date. So that's a subgroup. On top of it, there is a parent group on which my ID is registered, under which my business ID is used for the classroom. On top of it, this ID is licensed from the root management group, that is the Microsoft or the Google product on which we have created to take the classes throughout the globe. So this is how the reverse channel works. So basically what I'm trying to say is, whenever you start working on something in cloud, you need to make sure the channels are proper, and once the channels are proper, your work is getting completed in the right way that you are looking at. Got it? Amal suggested why there is 2 EA subscription. So very good question. I'm so sorry, I just looked at it right now. Okay. Now why there is a 2 EA subscription? Let me open the image for you. Yeah. See, what happens is, whenever there is a root management system, there are users who are independently allowed to check all these areas. Now, when there is a root management system and under that there are like multiple layers of functions, you cannot skip that level and get down to the ground level person and check what is happening there in terms of development. So there are like certainly two different examples. There will be like multiple users also who have direct access to check any channel of network or any channel of work that we are doing. Understand? Now basically, if you look at your exams, let's say for an example, you have your exam on which you have your principals, you have your HODs, under that you have lecturers, under that you have other people who are like, you know how that layer works. So when there is an escalation, it goes to your teacher, it goes to your HOD, it goes to your principal. Now, when there is an invigilator, now who this EA subscription is, let's say for an example, he is an invigilator. He can skip all the layers and he can directly come to you and he can ask questions why you are doing this or why you are not doing it. Or if there is a squad from an external, he can definitely come and question anybody out of this layer. He can question principal, he can question HOD, he can question your teacher, he can question you or your room invigilator. So this is why this EA subscription is. So because if a management head cannot access every layer of it, or if they fail to monitor certain areas, we come into picture and we can track what is going wrong with the entire development process. So you get an idea of why these individual subscribers are. Alright, so we would practically get into it. Basically, you need to get an idea of what these things are. Once you get a practical designing or a workflow of it done, you will definitely understand how those things are and why these things are in place. Alright? Now, let me pass to you another image on which I think this question might be answered. Now, here is the image which you guys can see. The following chart shows a list of roles and supported actions from the management group. Yes, no? Because I'm not sure how this connectivity is to all of you. So if you guys can see, kindly say yes on the message box. The image which says your roles, I'm just highlighting it. Sort of image is the page on which there is a image column. The one which is started now. Srinivasan, are you able to see that? Amal confirmed, yes. Alright. Okay, thank you. So, this would give you a clear picture on how, what and why this entire group is. Now when you say owner, you see the layers how it is contributed, on which when you say owner, he has access to everything. He can create a group, he can rename, move, delete, assign access, assign people and read a particular group. The policies are in that you have different layers of elements. Contributor, so these are different names that we use. When you are creating, you can use your own name on how you are going to distribute that management group. When you say contributor, he has all access similar to the owner. Only thing is he can use his access, he cannot assign the access to anybody else. Like what all access he's got, it is limited to him, he cannot give access to anybody else. Alright? Now he can read, everybody can read, most of it they have that option. Then MG contributor, that's the management group contributor. Contributor is nothing but he is adding values to your project, he is adding values to your design, but he doesn't hold the ownership of your design, but still he is working with you as a common language we can call it as your partner or a kind of profit sharing person, and he has similar access to the contributor on which he still cannot assign roles. Reader only can read, or the person who is overviewing it, he can only overview, he will not have any access to change anything out of it. Alright, management reader similar. Policy contributor can assign policy, he can say this policy is not working or this structure of your design might not work. You can use the particular structure which is more cost effective or which is more cheaper than what you are trying to design. So he has got an access to say you can do this thing. Now there comes the last one, which is user access administrator. Now when I say this owner, contributor, management group contributor, reader, management group reader, resource policy contributor, user access administrator, so these are the three structures. So these are the major structures under owner which would manage things at their level. So whatever positions they are given, whatever access they are given, they would manage things under their access level. So once these entire group of people take care of their work in the right way, then the development or the deployment or the implementation of the project work will go in a structure which is left fully fruitful for people. Now you guys follow how these things are managed and taken care of? Yes, no, maybe? My audio is missing. Is it like you're breaking on my audio? Or is my audio too fast or slow? How is it? Now just type what is the issue that you guys are facing so that I can make sure if I have... Okay, it's okay now. Thank you. Good that you guys are responding because it would be easy because rather than putting an audio on it and everybody talking in between, you can have your text box used for it so that it would be easy for us to understand like what is going on with the classes so everybody is active, yes, no, maybe. Thank you. Alright, let's come back to it. Which I'm trying to figure out something on which you can see how this entire structure is managed. Okay, now let's confirm if you're able to see this particular screen or image. Are you guys able to see the screen? This is activity log. This website is available for us or just subscription based. Basically this website is subscription based, so you gotta pay for this every year on your usage. So if you guys really want to know or see and understand what is there in this website, this entire website structure, the interior content and how these contents work and what are all the features of this content, how it is practically used, all those things are on a video on which that video is uploaded on request to Udemy, and Udemy I think everybody's got access to. Yes or no? How many of you have got access to Udemy? Cloud side? Just say yes on the reply box. You guys hear me? Alright, okay. Now, I had shared you a link couple of days back. If you guys want, I can resend it to you. Or if you guys don't know how to search on that particular portal, I can send you individually only the cloud computing course links on which whatever screens you guys are seeing, it is available with audio directly from the certified trainers from Microsoft, and they give you an information on how these things are with access of our trials to you guys. So if you guys are interested, I can be able to share after this classes the entire what you call it as the structure videos and the structure access controls to you guys. So basically wait for me, I can put it on the group and you guys can go through that. I have already shared it with you a couple of times. Now maybe you guys did not find an Azure portal inside that, or you guys missed or did not have a research on how this Azure portal works inside that. So after this we will definitely share it to you. So now my question was, sir, you forgot to send certificate list, please send that too. Okay. I think I believe I told somebody to send it. If it is not reached you guys, kindly 1 second. I had that sent recently. Okay, I have a sample of your certificate, whichever is going to be assigned to you guys based on your rules and clearance of your examination. 1 second, please. I think I can put it on the chat box or. So guys, I've shared you a PDF copy on your group. Just kindly confirm if everybody has received it or looking at it. That's your certificate sample which you're going to receive after your course. I had told somebody to send it to you guys on your group yesterday, but unfortunately that was not done. So these are the certificates which is going to be issued from Microsoft, and you will have access to these certificates on your Microsoft website also. So basically after 2021, 2021 January 31st, you will have to carry your physical certificates, because on the cloud you will see your enrollment, but your certificate should be pulled out from there by January 31st, 2021. So this is your third year, and every 3 years Microsoft has a policy of reshuffling their certificate, but still you can regain all the access that is there with you guys along with your certificates also. This is credible everywhere. You can verify it directly on the website, and you can verify it on the company portals also. You guys understand what I say? Yes, no, maybe? So how many of you have any kind of questions related to the certificates, or how these certificates are, what are all the roles of this, how is the career? You guys can put me on my personal messages so that I can respond to you individually, because I cannot give it on the group because everybody will have different kind of questions related to. So anyone who's having their minds or running over what is the use of these certificates, I know you guys have enrolled for it for a purpose, and after you have enrolled, now you guys don't understand after I getting my college degree completed, because you guys are at your final year of study. Once this is completed, how is the certificate going to be useful for me? How am I going to use this for my career? What are all the career options that I have only with the certificate or along with my degree? Yes, sir. What about Android development and cyber security? That is also there, sir. Your Android development would be a 7 days class, so that is basically 2 weeks for you. So on 7 days, you will 100% know what exactly your Android development is and how it is developed, and you have your cyber security also along with that. So don't have to worry, it's all aligned for you. Basically, you guys are missing out to the classes, so you don't get enough options on understanding things quicker. So let me just give you a fair view of your question. After this entire explanation of the tools that we are looking at Microsoft Azure, the next session would be on your Android development. So everybody who are interested in application development, you can definitely get into that without missing any classes, because if you miss the classes, you would definitely miss on how that channel works or how that flow works. You cannot connect it back. This is the link, and that is the tool which is used for all the Android application designing. So if somebody knows what is Android Studio, that's well and good. If you don't know, you can use this link. Yes, Amal Sebastian, you're right. Android Studio is where you develop your applications from various technologies. Whatever technology is available, you put it into that and you export it as an APK file. That is what works on Google Developer Console. You upload it on your Play Store. People download, you get subscriptions, you get user views, and once you are monetized, you get paid also. So basically, these are different topics that we're talking about. It would be detailed to you guys on what about the Play Store Developer ID. Alright, Play Store Developer ID is something that you guys need to purchase. It's not that expensive also. So every individual, if you go to Play Store, you have your Gmail account, that's more than enough to get you a developer ID. You can go for developer tools and you can pick your ID. It is basically charging starting from $28. So putting the taxes together, it is $30. $30 is not that much. It's 2,200, 300 rupees on Indian money. So once you know how you develop your applications, you have developed something of your own, and you meet the Google policies, you guys need to go individual and you can upload it on your Play Store. Okay, that what would be given is only for trial. You cannot use it for your purpose. That's your college ID or your what you call it as your business ID. That is not for individual use. You guys can put together, make a group. You can put it on the stores. That would be active. But individually, you guys need to, because if I give you the ID, I can definitely give it to you. If we give that ID to you, all your monetization or if your app is running successful, the revenue money would be accounted in my or company's account. So I don't think you guys want to do that. So basically go ahead and pick your own subscriptions on your developer ID. Apart from that, every training and course elements will be given to you for free. Alright? So you guys understand what I'm talking about. Very nice. So let's have one more screen covered before we get into the end of it. Are you guys able to see the screen? Activity log? Yes, no? Can you just reply if it is yes, if it is no? Alright, okay. So this is how this is what I was talking about, how this management groups are created, and this is the area on which we create the groups, and under these groups you can see there is a create role assignment on which you create who accesses what particular groups. Alright, and you have delete policy assignment, register Microsoft policy, create policy, and create role. And you can see when it was created, this is basically the log activity and who was invited for this log and where is this role. You can see role type Microsoft authorization / that is his role. So basically on the tree you have seen there is a person who assigns the role. So he would be the person. Here the email ID, whatever belongs. So one person is assigned with role, one with policy, one with management, again with policy assignment or creating, again with role assignment on creating. So basically this is how you have a track of what role is given to whom and when was the last time he logged into that activity and what all changes he made. And basically this is just an image because the portal might not be screenable to you. I can share it on a recorded video to you guys. I can put it on a drive and you can have a look at how the thing works. Okay. On the log you basically can access every activity that the person does on your application or on your design, on your development. So basically you have to keep in track of the security of whatever you have done. You would need to know if there is any changes needed. That is how we access, because we run a software business. If anything fails on the system, if anything fails on subscription, or if anything fails on the application or website, we go back to the activity log and we check who was the last person accessing that particular application or that particular site, and we would make sure that whatever changes he has done and it is reverted, and if it is a fault of that person, we would have a track of what all changes he has made So basically, a management grouping is a thing that would keep you a track of what all things have been done on your particular development and who has made it and when it was made, so that you can make sure that your resources is intact at the 100%. You guys understand? Yes, no, maybe? Great. Alright, I see only one person active, two people active. Srinivasan, Amal Sebastian. Yeah, I think I will tell you. One more. All others idle, just listen to the classes. You don't understand? Yes, no? Not sure? Right, if there is a concern which is not addressed here, or if you don't follow, you can ping me on my personal messages. We can share certain more resources to you guys, because this is something global for everyone, so cannot have a regional conversation here. And there are a couple of management people also who had offline joins, or their IDs are hidden. You will not be able to see them on the list of people. Okay, so basically this is only for your classes. So if you guys don't follow anything, kindly message or kindly send an email to, or you have always the WhatsApp groups, you can put it there. Alright, so basically we are completing, or we have concluded with the management grouping of today. Okay, and the next classes for you would be on Tuesday, and on Tuesday we would have the complete first layer structure, and you can give you what about Google Classroom. Yes, Google Classroom, we have already told people to preload the videos, whatever we are doing, and the recorded classes also. I understand when you say preload, it is recorded classes. We will definitely give access to you guys one or the other way. Audio cut. So you need to check your network maybe, or if you're indoors, please make sure you're at a 100% network area. Alright, so very nice. So any other questions you guys have for today? Because we are limited to 1 hour classes on the Google. Pushpita Gowda has joined. Okay, maybe some people have network issues. Any other questions for the day, or we can connect back on Tuesday? Other related questions, you can put it to me on the group, the management group, or on the personal group, whatever would feel convenient to you guys. And if not, it would be very good for you guys. Kindly enjoy your weekend. It's a weekend now. We will connect back on Tuesday. So if things are fine, thank you very much. And you guys make some notes on today's questions. Every day is weekend. Obviously, every day is weekend. Now, it is the time like that. So I hope you have nice weather at your place, and you guys are enjoying the rain. Here in Bangalore, it's also the same. But expect, pray, things doesn't go much worse, and we guys get back to normal, because there are also things to be completed. Right? Thank you guys. Take care. Happy weekend. Hello. Very good afternoon, Marina. Very hard to find a person with multiple numbers. Alright, there was one number on the group which you left. I thought there is an issue with the number. Another number you texted me that you're Marina. On that number I replied, and that number nobody is using now. So I thought like you are disappeared somewhere. Alright, okay. Now what is the challenge that you're facing, Marina? You can tell me. You can talk in Malayalam also, no problem. And then അല്ല ഈ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പറഞ്ഞതല്ലേ ഓൺ ദ ക്ലാസ് ഓക്കെ ഡിപ്ലോയ്മെന്റിന്റെ സ്റ്റാക്ക് എവറിത്തിങ് ഓക്കെ ഈ എല്ലാ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോമും ഒരു സ്ഥലത്ത് ഇന്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളതാണ് ഈ മൈക്രോസോഫ്റ്റ് അസ്യൂർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, ഇത് നമ്മുടെ ക്ലാസ് റൂമിലാവുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഡീറ്റെയിൽ ആയിട്ട് ഹലോ 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 Hello? Yeah, can you hear me? Hello, Kavanda? Alright, okay. ഇല്ല തരത്തില്ല നെറ്റ്വർക്കില്ലെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. ഇവിടെ രണ്ടു ദിവസം നല്ല മഴയായിരുന്നു. Which way do you know? Which is the native? കണ്ണൂർ. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞോണ്ടല്ലോ ദ ക്ലാസ്സസ് ദാറ്റ് വി ആർ ടേക്കിംഗ് ഓൺ ദ ക്ലാസ് റൂം കോളേജിൽ ഓക്കെ, അത് വന്നിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ തിയററ്റിക്കൽ ക്ലാസ്സസ് ആയിരുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ തിയററ്റിക്കൽ ക്ലാസ്സസ് അവിടെ ബ്ലാക്ക് ബോർഡിൽ നമ്മുടെ പ്രൊജക്ടർ ഉള്ളത് കൊണ്ട് ചെറിയ ചെറിയ എക്സാമ്പിൾസ് വെച്ച് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്തത്. ഓക്കെ, ബട്ട് ഓൺ ദ ഓൺലൈൻ ക്ലാസ്സസ് ഞങ്ങൾ അതുപോലെ തിയറി പറഞ്ഞെങ്കിലും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കണക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ സാധനങ്ങളൊന്നുമില്ല. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോ അപ്പോഴാണ് ഈ ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങളൊരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യും. ഓക്കെ, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഞാൻ ഒരു ലോഗിൻ ഒരു കോഴ്സ് ലിങ്ക് അയച്ചു തരുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, നമ്മൾ ക്ലാസ് റൂം തുടങ്ങിയപ്പോൾ മുതൽ ഇപ്പൊ ഞങ്ങൾ ചെയ്തു വരുന്നവരെ കണക്ട് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു സാധനം. ഓക്കെ, ആ വീഡിയോ ഞങ്ങൾ കോഴ്സ് വീഡിയോ ഞങ്ങൾ കഴിച്ചത് അത് നിങ്ങൾ ഫ്രീ ടൈമിൽ ഒന്ന് ജസ്റ്റ് ഗോ ത്രൂ ചെയ്യും. ലൈക്ക് 45 മിനിറ്റ്സ് ഇട്ടിട്ട് 1.5 hour വീഡിയോ ആണ്. ഈ വീക്കെൻഡിൽ എപ്പോഴും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സമയം കിട്ടണമെങ്കിൽ ആ 45 മിനിറ്റ്സ് ആയിട്ട് ആ ക്ലാസ്സസ് നിങ്ങളൊന്ന് ഗോ ത്രൂ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഓക്കെ. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരു ഐഡിയ കിട്ടും ഇപ്പൊ നടക്കുന്ന ക്ലാസ്സിൽ എങ്ങനെ കറക്റ്റ് ആവുന്നത്. അതാണ് ഈ ക്ലാസ് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത്.